Hello. I had an unbagging down there. So I thought since I've done that and the camera's set up as per, I'll do my vlog now and get it out of the way. And then spend the rest of the day thinking, oh, my vlog yet? Yes, you have. Not a lot to say. I mean, my tooth hurts. It's Christmas Eve, so Merry Christmas. Especially, I mean, if you're watching this one but not watching the one on Christmas Day, which I will obviously be doing at some point, definitely Merry Christmas. Yeah, it is Christmas Eve after all. I have presents to wrap still, but that always helps make before Christmas Eve. So I was getting ready and starting thinking about going to bed, and then I saw Erin made a post saying, "Oh, I'm gonna watch the Mara Wilson version of Miracle on 34th Street." I'm like, ooh, I have that. Do you mind? And he goes, go on, give me a couple of minutes. And so basically I ended up staying up a little bit later than I intended last night because I was watching Mara Wilson and Sir Richard Attenborough being very sweet and adorable together. And that was nice. It was a good film. I enjoyed it. It's kind of heavier on the kind of religious allegory than I was expecting, because it's like, a lot of stuff about faith and taking things on faith. And at one point, Brian's Blackwood, his character was like, Santa Claus might be real or might not be real, but hey, why not believe anyway? Because otherwise you might not get your presents. And I'm just like, is that Pascal's wager? And they were like, oh. So I'm sure that's Pascal's wager. So it's not. There is, if you've seen the movie, you sort of know the ending, and there is there's a point, a reference to God with a capital G towards the end as part of the finale closing, the solution to the issue. But otherwise it's not saying, that must be Christian or not be Jewish, as Erin pointed out. Mara Wilson was actually Jewish at the point, that she was filming it, so she didn't actually celebrate Christmas anyway. But other than that, it was kind of like, this is a thing that exists. This is a thing that, that it didn't really necessarily specify religion, again, except in that final sort of speech. But the allegories and the, you have talk about having faith and believing in stuff, and like proving that Santa does or doesn't exist, could be read into as like, well, can you prove Santa exists? Can you prove Jesus exists? Can you prove God with a capital G exists? And I mean, objectively, there might be more evidence for the existence of Santa. I don't know. I mean, certainly the character personage of St. Nicholas exists. There's evidence for him. So if you take the proof of St. Nicholas as proof of Santa, or at least proof of the idea of a Santa-like person, then yeah, I guess there is more evidence for Santa Claus than there is for God or Jesus. And I've said before, I don't believe in God because I don't believe there's any evidence for it. Jesus as a historical figure, although maybe not that story, but the idea of a charismatic person who would tell people, gather people to him and say, hey, look, just be groovy to each other, and getting upset when things are kind of less than groovy. It's entirely possible that a person like that could have existed a couple of thousand years ago, because people like that have existed to greater and lesser degrees throughout history. There are charismatic people who have brought people to them. Occasionally they try and do good. More often than not, they try, can be quite destructive. I mean, Hitler was charismatic. He got all those people. He did present solutions that, under different circumstances might not have been so extreme and could have actually, helped the nation without causing a war with everyone else. So the idea that a figure can exist in history and say, hey, look, stop being shitty to each other and start being a bit more groovy. And here, let's have some fish and some wine. Yeah, perhaps, but not necessarily, the son of, a sky daddy, as is it Mr. Atheist likes to put it, Sky Daddy. I thought that was quite funny. So yeah, cute movie. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a sort of religious or pseudo-religious tangent. Although, you know, it is Christmas, and people have the whole thing of, oh, we be racist, why do you celebrate Christmas? Because it's a pagan holiday, because it's a family thing, because it's about coming to the darkest point of the year and coming out the other side, and the gathering and everything that means. It's because it's nice. Peace and love and goodwill to all men, you know, all that groovy stuff. So yeah, I don't normally talk about my beliefs or where they do or don't come from or why I don't have them, but yeah, as many a person has said, there are multiple gods out there are pantheons out there, and to say that this is the one true God, and if you don't believe in this God then you're wrong, is kind of bizarre, because what about all the other gods? It's only this God you don't believe in that gets you into trouble, and then the other ones, they don't matter. You know, as Hitchens said, you know, I don't believe in one more God than you do, and that's it. So, but anyway, I didn't mean to get all maudlin. The film was adorable, very cute. Mara Wilson had the right level of cute and kind of precocious without being overly precocious. You know, sort of. She's described as being like 4 foot and talks like 64-year-old, but you know, it's never cloyy. It's never like, ugh, shut up. You know, she's a good little actress, and if she ever decides to start acting again as an adult, I'd be intrigued to see what happens. But you know, she's got her own thing going on. She's doing her writing and everything now, so yeah, good for her. So overall, I enjoyed the film. Alright then, let's do this. Let's do the book. And see what, look, it's like nothing there. I think the outer cover is now thicker than the amount of pages we have left. How crazy is that? Alright then. Okay. If you could redecorate your whole house, what would you change? What would it look like when you've finished? Good question. Well, 1, it's a flat, not a house. 2, I'm again assuming that this is aimed at a younger audience, and therefore the younger person that this book is aimed at wouldn't have the power or ability to spontaneously change the decoration in their guardian's home. So, what would I do? Well, I was never... So this corner here, that is an angled corner, and I wanted it to be, because this, I always get this wrong, this bit's a nice flat blue, then you've got the corner and it goes around again, and then you've got the purple. So what I wanted, because I didn't paint it, he did, what I wanted was the flat plane here to be purple, the flat plane there to be purple, and obviously on the other side that flat plane to be blue, and that. So you would follow the line rather than the corner. And he's done that, so it's around the corner. I just think it'd be kind of neat, because you'd have the colours flip in the middle, but that's because they were following their plane. Otherwise, I like these colours. They're quite nice. I probably could do with a top up. We didn't do the hallway. The hallway was what was there, but it's kind of smart. It's the bottom half is a dark blue. The top half is white with a nice sort of border edge around it, which I quite like that. I mean, could probably do something with the carpets. We've got the grey carpet and the rug, and there's a different rug there. There's another rug over there. So maybe get some new thick carpet. Kitchen's good. Kitchen's not long been done professionally. Had people coming in. I suppose if I could change anything in the house or in the flat, I'd actually, well, this is not decorating, this is like a whole big structural thing, but if I could just wave a wand, I would change the bathroom. Decoration wise, it's fine. It's nicely tiled. We've got some like carpet tiles down so it doesn't get too soggy. There's, we've got the mats that we obviously change out as and when needed. However, it is just a shower room. It's just a sink. The airing cupboard's here. We've got the laundry baskets. Then you've got toilet, shower, radiator, and then you basically go right back into the door. So if I could change anything, I would, especially if we're talking waving a magic wand, I would change the bathroom so we actually have a bath. And we can still have a radiator up high, and you can get special like laundry racks that will spread over a bath, which may actually be better than just the one that goes straight to the floor. So if I could redecorate and change anything, it probably would be the bathroom, to actually make it a bathroom. Otherwise, I know my throat's going terrible. I have to get a hot drink in a minute. Otherwise, I would say, you know, the carpet's in here. Bedroom's not too bad. You know, it's got nice walls. We every time we've done something, we've chosen it together. I mean, I guess you can argue that those curtains don't really go with the blue or purple, but I think we may have had the curtains first, or did something. We did something, and but those are the curtains we ended up liking. We haven't. I guess it was like, we had them, there was nothing wrong with them, we couldn't see the point in getting new ones, so we got a nice little bit of contrast between the curtains and the walls. But I guess if I were redecorating, I'd have everything a little bit more coordinated. But I don't know, I like it being slightly eclectic, a little bit different. So yeah, that would be how I'd redecorate if I could, but generally speaking, I'm kind of happy with the way it is anyway. It's nothing too bad, nothing too offensive, because, you know, I'm an adult and we chose it between us. So there you go. Anyway, I need a drink because my throat is going terrible at the moment. So if you have been, again, you're awesome and I appreciate you watching. If you're not going to watch tomorrow, that's fair enough. I'll wish you a Merry Christmas now. And if you are watching tomorrow, then cool, and you'll get a different message then anyway. But yeah, we're nearly there. We are coming out of the darkness towards the other side, and it's been kind of crazy. All right, thanks for watching. I've been Michelle, you've been listening, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.